Chapter 11. Two Pair, the Dance of Duality, 1.1 Juggling Life Responsibilities. The Art of Balance. Mortals speak of it as if it is a prize to be won, a finish line to cross, a static state to master. But listen closely. Hatchling balance is not stillness, it is motion. It is the perpetual dance between forces that refuse to settle. You do not grip the wind and demand it stay still. You do not chain the tides and expect them to hold their shape. Balance is not control, it is understanding the rhythm of movement itself. Your life pulls you in many directions: work, obligations, dreams, relationships. You attempt to arrange everything into neat compartments, believing that if you perfect the structure, balance will be achieved. But tell me, does a dragon control the storm, or does it fly within it, adjusting its wings to every shift in the air? So must you learn to move within your responsibilities, rather than attempting to lock them into rigid patterns. Balance is an active process, not a passive state. You adjust, you shift, you refine your focus as the world changes around you. Consider, where are you rigid in your attempt to balance life's demands? Do you allow yourself to shift and adapt, or do you exhaust yourself trying to force structure? What responsibilities weigh too heavily, and which ones do you neglect? A dragon does not clutch every jewel in its hoard. Some must be placed strategically, some left behind, some carried with care. Know which treasures deserve your focus. Dragon trial, the precision of flight right down the areas of your life where balance feels impossible. What adjustments could make them more sustainable? Where do you resist change, fearing instability? How might you flow with life rather than forcing it into rigid structures? Balance is not a goal. It is the art of movement itself. 11.2 Embracing the Paradox. Finding harmony in contradictionth universe thrives on paradox. The stars burn with unimaginable heat, yet they are born from clouds of cold emptiness. The river flows endlessly forward, yet it never leaves its source. You, mortal, seek clarity, but do not feel most alive when standing between certainty and mystery. You are taught that opposites must be resolved, that contradictions must be eliminated, that peace comes only when all forces align. But listen closely, strength is forged in the meeting of opposites. A dragon flies not in spite of gravity, but because of it. You believe that to succeed, you must sacrifice joy. You believe that to be rational, you must abandon passion. You believe that power means avoiding vulnerability. But balance does not mean choosing one force over the other. It means learning to wield both in harmony. Consider, where in your life do contradictions demand to be reconciled? How might you wield both discipline and freedom, rather than choosing between them? What would change if you understood paradox not as an obstacle, but as a hidden source of mastery? The river does not flow simply because water moves, it flows because there is both resistance and surrender, both force and ease. And so must you learn to navigate your own paradoxes, not by eliminating them, but by wielding them as a source of power. Dragon trial. The paradox of flight right down two aspects of your life that feel at war with each other. How might they work together rather than against each other? What lesson does the cosmos teach through duality? How can you stop resisting contradiction and begin harnessing it? A dragon does not fear paradox. It flies because of it. Final words from Zerando: not chase balance, it is already moving within you. Do not resist contradiction, it is the secret path to mastery. The river flows forward, the stars burn bright, and you hatchling must learn that true power lies not in extremes, but in their union. Your move. The cards are waiting. This chapter deepens the cosmic scale, framing balance not as something to be captured, but as movement itself, and contradiction not as confusion, but as mastery over opposing forces.